There's an opportunity to come here and I think be who you are, but also reinvent yourself or invest yourself in something, as they say, bigger than who you are. And because there is this open concept within our program that extends not only to who you are as a player, but also who you are as a person. In the back of my mind, I have what the tradition was like, what the legacy was like that's been left here, the players that have come through here. I think it was our responsibility to create that environment, that culture, that feeling of what it means to be a pilot, hopefully put University of Portland back on the map in terms of competing for WCC championships and national championships. As we get more settled into this 3-5-2, I just want to make sure that we're reminding ourselves of some of the things. And I think training today, you're going to see some of the pictures of why.
Frenchie, she is all things prepared. Like, she does a lot of work, and that's why we love Hudl, and that's why we love the platform, just because it allows for us to really prepare our athletes to be at their best.
Y-Scout, because they do the coding for you, and you can easily drop it in, and it also works with Hudl, makes that whole process, again, very seamless for us. I think the video allows us to show really incredible, inspiring moments to give players confidence. It's just an opportunity to point out little instances or little corrections that can be made that are going to make all the difference for them as an individual player, and then also for our team on the day.
Our process is pretty awesome in that Maite breaks down set pieces for teams, so that's when it comes to the scouting of other opponents. She breaks that down and I support her on that. And then Logan is like the lead on scout, but I support him in that as well.
Obviously on an individual basis, all the clips of them doing specific things I think are great. I personally focus on set pieces. So when I can go into Y-Scout and pull up goals conceded by teams, that can help me figure out exactly how we could score if there are set pieces that we could score on.
Sports coach has been incredible for us as a staff and for me personally. I think going into like year 5 now as a staff, we have a pretty good thumb on how it works for us and how to best utilize it. It's been huge for myself and what I do as far as scouting the opponents. It's something that I don't know what I would do without it.
I mean, you have to imagine after doing this for 20 years, I've seen it evolve like no other. So, I mean, the fact that we can just go back to the office and we can pick it up, and that night we can go over instances that we want to go over as a staff. We can break down the video how we want. It's almost instantaneous feedback.
We have like film sessions, and this can cover anything from the tendencies of the team that we're going to play. And I have like extra film sessions with my goalkeeper coach, and we just focus on like more fine-tuned things to help me in the next game.
There's just so many different parts of film that show relationships between players that you don't really see just by playing the game. You can only see when you go back and watch. So I think it's really good. It brings us together and helps us work more as like a unit rather than individuals.
Today was a great example. We had a training session that was focused on those two in particular, at least half of the group. So we made coaching points, and then we had video right after, and it was so great to be able to say, hey, this is why we did that training session, that exercise, and this is exactly what we're talking about.
Okay, so that's that big touch out. Break that line of pressure. If you need to, if she stays, you can always go back. But if we stay on that side, we're not going anywhere. Our job's outside the shape. If we just drop off, we're going to stay, we're going to take touch, we're going to find a wing back they're already waiting for.
The video does not lie. You put that in front of a player, you can teach them. I think it is the #1 teaching tool, other than being in an actual game, an 11v11 scenario. So it's gone beyond you, and eventually you. What do you need to do? Yeah, you got to recover and drop back in. With Camille and Katana, this is the one that you end up recovering on. Okay, but let's make sure that we're safe in the back. No need to rotate. But great job recovering and a great little tackle in this defending transition moment.
I think video technology for college athletes is super important. I used video analysis in high school, but now that the level is so much higher, it's so important to understand yourself and get better individually, and also have a better understanding of this new type of game, because college sports, college soccer is a lot different than high school ever was.
In college, I feel like there is a greater emphasis on going over video analysis just to see where you could do better, and you have more access to talk to your coaches.
It's a growth tool, and sure, there are going to be some moments that we might show that are a little bit uncomfortable, but for the most part, everything we show is just to help them grow and become better players.
The other piece of it, whether it's because of the camera or Hudl or Y-Scout itself, there is an opportunity for us to seamlessly and easily have conversations with student athletes about specific clips. The importance of video analysis for us as a program, because it's one of our top priorities, we have the opportunity to go to the administration and say, listen, we firmly believe that this is going to be a game changer for us. Whether it's in the budget, whether we have to do fundraising, this is going to be a tool that we really want for our program that's going to help us evolve, compete, and win championships.